If you've been on any social media platform over the last week and a half, then you've definitely heard about the Blockout 2024, an online movement urging users to block the accounts of celebrities online. This movement started in response to Hailey Bailey's, who's a large content creator on TikTok, her now deleted TikTok video. Instead of explaining it, I'll just let you see it for yourself.
Let them eat cake.
He took the bomb.
Now, some people are asking why this girl is getting canceled for using a trending audio that a bunch of other people have been using. And what made this particular content piece so controversial for people is its context. So with context considered, we're gonna get into a quick history lesson right now. You see, the term "let them eat cake," which is quoted in the trending audio that Hailey Bailey used,
Let them eat cake,
comes from a story about Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, both prior and during the French Revolution. During this time, France was in disarray. Food prices were high, and as a result, people were starving and malnourished. The country was in a ton of debt after playing a role in the American Revolution, and ideas around democracy and democratic ways of living started to gain popularity amongst commoners. Eventually, these factors, combined with a few triggering events, led to the start of a revolution with both peaceful and non-peaceful acts of revolutionary protest, part of what we now know as the French Revolution. So what does this have to do with the quote, "let them eat cake"? Well, although there is no evidence to really prove that Miss Marie Antoinette actually said it, the story around the quote, "let them eat cake," is said to have been her response when someone in her cohort told her, the queen living a comfortable life while a revolution was taking place, that commoners were starving and had no bread. Obviously, it costs more to buy a cake than it does to buy a loaf of bread. And so the response, "let them eat cake," basically showcased how detached from reality and the experiences of common people Marie was. This alleged, again, many historians do note that there is no evidence to prove that she actually said this. This alleged quote was spoken in 1765, and fast forwarding to 2006 when the Marie Antoinette movie came out, this was briefly covered in the film, which is where the TikTok sound came from.
People of France are hungry.
Sending troops to America is costing more than what we estimated.
We will continue aid to the Americans.
And when they went to the Queen to tell her your subject had no bread, do you know what she said?
let them eat cake.
Now, on May 6th, the Met Gala took place. The Met Gala is an annual fundraiser for the Met's Costume Institute, which is a collection of more than 33,000 objects representing 7 centuries of fashionable dress and accessories for men, women, and children from the 15th century to the present. Now, this event is very exclusive in that it is invite only. Like, you have to be personally invited by Anna Wintour, who is the editor-in-chief at Vogue. And an entry ticket costs $75,000 and an entire table costs $350,000. Hailey Bailey was invited by E! Network to be a pre-Met Gala host, making content with celebrity attendees and interviewing them as they left their hotels to head to the gala. And I guess while that was happening, she made the TikTok I showed you earlier. Now, this is where we get to the context of the whole situation. For many, the Met Gala is seen as an exciting night in fashion. However, this year, it was pretty hard for some to bask in and enjoy the glam of it all, while so much suffering is going on in the world. And so between the current socioeconomic climate and the Met Gala's grandiose displays of wealth, people found Hailey's use of "let them eat cake" extremely tone-deaf and even Hunger Games-like. Very quickly, after people decided it was time to organize, and the digital guillotine, aka the Digitine, was born.
Let them eat cake.
It's time for the people to conduct what I want to call a digital guillotine, a digitine, if you will. It's time to block all the celebrities, influencers, and wealthy socialites who are not using their resources to help those in dire need. We gave them their platforms. It's time to take it back, take our views away, our likes, our comments, our money, by blocking them on all social media and digital platforms.
And the blocking commenced with big names like Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, Hailey Bieber, and more making the list. And while to some the movement may sound silly and trivial, word started making its way around pretty fast, and it went beyond TikTok and started popping up on Twitter, Reddit, and other social media platforms and major media outlets. As for the effects so far, well, celebrities are actually losing followers. Kim Kardashian has lost over 160,000 followers since the movement started, and so have many others. Now listen, I have my personal opinions on the matter, as I'm sure many of you do too. And while I can definitely go on and on about the socio-political layers of this blockout, I want to talk about its impacts on the social media level, i.e., does blocking celebrities on social media actually work? And the answer is yes, it definitely can. Will it run a celebrity's pockets dry? Probably not, because these people have a ton of other areas of income and EVM, aka earned media value, which is the monetary value gained through non-paid channels outside of social media, so like reviews and search results. But it can absolutely mess up social media brand deal opportunities, as well as limit a celebrity's influence on social media, and this is how. When it comes to brand deals, brand influencer and partnership managers look at a person's followers, their reach, and their engagement to gauge if the person they're interested in facilitating a deal with has the pull to justify what they're going to pay the influencer or celebrity. Now, this is where the blocking as opposed to unfollowing part of the blockout plays a role, because when you're just simply not following someone on social media, you can still come across their content, which is how people grow and find other people on social media in the first place. And so, by still being able to basically see what they're posting, even if you're not following them, you're still adding to their views and reach number, which positively impacts the metrics that brand influencers and partnership managers use to justify paying an influencer or a celebrity. And so with all of those things considered, naturally, when someone is blocked instead of just unfollowed, that extra reach and engagement potential that goes beyond just your following is pretty much non-existent. And when this is done en masse by thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, you are directly impacting someone's ability to make money through brand deals, because a brand is not going to invest in a celebrity or influencer who doesn't have the audience that could give them the ROI or return on investment that they're paying for. And this goes into my next point, which is limiting the overall social media influence that an influencer or celebrity has. We've seen a ton of celebrity brands pop up in recent years, and while many of them are undisputedly pretty successful, we obviously know that much of the success, outside of obviously good product, good marketing, and demand, has to do with the fact that these celebrities had loyal followings of millions of people to promote these products to in the first place. And so again, when you're blocking these people in mass numbers, you're negatively impacting their performance on social, which is then impacted by the algorithm, because of course these algorithms forefront content based on reach and engagement, which then directly impacts their ability to influence people to buy their products. And like I said, will this run a celebrity's pockets dry? Probably not. I mean, these people have a ton of other avenues of income, like investments, real estate, etc. But it can most certainly impact otherwise extremely lucrative income channels. Like, I'm not sure if you've looked into it, but these celebrities make bank on social. I'm talking upwards of $2 million or more for one social media post. And what's crazy is that even then, a billionaire, an almost billionaire, will probably not even feel it. So the consensus is, while blocking celebrities is probably not going to make them broke, it definitely has the potential to interfere with their social media coin and general influence on social. But I'm pretty sure people are completely aware of this already. I mean, listen, if you're cognizant enough to organize so impactfully on social media, then you are also cognizant enough to gauge what the realistic implications of a blockout actually are. The point of this whole movement is to send a message about the powers of collectively organizing more than anything. And listen, whether you think it's worth the effort or not, or are participating or not, digital movements like these and many others that have come to play across the last few years on social will definitely go down in history and be studied for years to come. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in a decade or 2 or 3, there are case studies and entire analysis is done by social scientists and marketing analysts that are then studied in college or referenced to in marketing or social media or influencer marketing 101s or crash courses. Well, that's all I've got for this week. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. And if you've enjoyed this watch or this listen and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because there's definitely more where this came from. Also, share your thoughts on the blog out below. I'd love to engage with you guys in some discussion. Till next time.